So this little video is just going to be about building circles in Soulmask and just the base of them. So we're actually making do-decagons if we're using the snapping tool for everything, which is a 12-sided shape. As you can see, I've made a large base just down here. I'll jump off here and I'll just show you a little bit how that is done. So rather simply, we start off in the very centre here with 6 triangles. And then we'll go out to the next layer, which will be squares off them in triangles, which will end up meaning you've used 18 foundation pieces. The next size out you'll actually want to go, not at these little diamonds, but at the joins of these diamonds, so that way your walls can connect, and that'll put you at 66 foundations to get to this point. Go out one step further to the next joining point, that'll put you at 150 foundations. Once again, up to 270 foundations, and then out to here, 426, and that progresses as you go along. The reason I say it like that is because if you want to build walls around something, obviously you're going to want to have all your walls connecting together. So they connect together nicely for your first section, they'll connect together nicely for the second section. But if you try and use the diamond section here, they're not actually going to connect very well, and even if you try to overlap, they don't actually overlap. So we don't want that. So that's why we have to go to where these join in. And as you can see, this looks like it's got to be 2 out. Following layer it's going to be 3 wide for each side. And you get the idea, this just progresses every time we go around. Up to 4, or even all the way up to 5 wide. So that's basically the basis of what you're going to do for your walls. Obviously people are going to want to be able to put internal walls, and I mean you can follow along the same sort of shape or however you want along there, but it's not 100%. The other thing to note is with these little gaps in here, you can't fill these in with foundations, but flooring can overlap. So as you can see, you can fill in the gaps of it, come up with whatever sort of pattern you want, doesn't really matter. So however you like to fill in those gaps, and that's how you'll make your whole flat floor. This also means that you can build your walls along those sections, and by doing that you can also have walls that sort of overlap a little bit off from everything else, or you can put a wall say here and a wall here, just overlapping on the floor, and that will allow you to create straight walls around in your base, even if you're on the oddball triangle areas. As you can see, all these little overlaps. So that's how you can basically alter your foundations to create straight walls around. Decide where you want them. One thing you note, however, walls do not overlap, as you can see, and that's why these points here where they join are very important for your walls, because they allow you to actually seal in your building. The other thing I recommend is if you do make massive ones like this, you have a couple layers of like walls through it, because if you do that, some of these walls will act as support structures. The other option being that you can use, say, these walls, or you can use them along. Anyway, basically, you get the picture. It's put your walls up, put your foundations, I highly recommend using this foundation pattern as your basis and then build off from there, just filling in all your edges as you go along, and that way you'll be able to build massive, large structures in a circular fashion. I hope that makes sense, and you're quite happy with that. Alright, so although you can have nice wee circles, it's nice to have more than just a wee circle, like have a circle and square left, which we can actually do. All we have to do is mirror what we have previously done, basically creating a new circle out from this other one that we've done. And you could either have a little joined walkway, something like that, and maybe extend it out again, or if you want to have a sharp one, you could either, you know what I mean, like going out from there and starting another, or you can still increase the size of this one and have a larger room as well. Same patterns round. What you want to do really, but yeah, that'll make a large entranceway into a second one there. You could always just have it coming off like that, have another triangle, really small one coming off there. So as you can see, that's a lovely little example of how you can use them together to create nice little round circular places all linked together. Finally, one more quick thing to have a look at is how much you can actually handle with support. So I have matched the same pattern as you use going up for that large circle up here. And this is how much I'm able to create with 2 wall supports going in here. As you can see, that gets you, that's your 6 here, your 18, your 66, your 150, and all up to your 270 foundation sizing. And that's how much you can get with only having your second double lined one done. And you could literally do that every sequence, not even that line there, but literally start it on the next line there, have 2 more here, and go around the circle like that. You'd be able to do it. You could actually get away with 3 almost. You'll only need 6 to get it perfect, but 3 would get most of it if you're okay with a couple of little bits on the side, which I wouldn't be. But yeah, hopefully that gives you an example of how little supports you actually need.